Dre Peters' wooden sculpture, Icara, is perfectly at home in the American southwestern ghost town of Rhyolite, Nevada, USA. The sculpture serves as a female version of the Greek figure Icarus, a young boy who flew too close to the sun with wax wings, which subsequently melted, plunging him to his death. The Greek myth fits well into the dry desert reality of the Mojave Desert. The work shows Icara with both arms and wings spread wide, eternally poised at the zenith of her flight, caught between the earth below and the desert sky above. Medicine Wheel. An artwork started by the public, continued by the public, and preserved by the Goldwell Open Air Museum. Serving Ghosts was one of the original ghost sculptures made by Albert Sukowski, who made the iconic Last Supper sculpture, which we will see here next. The Last Supper. Known for many years in Europe as the sculptor of ghosts and a situation maker, Albert Sukowski came to the Nevadan desert in 1984 to create what is perhaps the most unique piece of his career. Originally designed to endure a mere 2 years, the Last Supper sculpture has not only stood the test of time, but has lived on to become the genesis piece of the Goldwell Open Air Museum. Albert was attracted to the Mojave Desert for many reasons, not the least of which was the Mojave's resemblance to the deserts of the Middle East, a sort of holy land. To construct a modern-day representation of Christ's Last Supper, especially so close to Death Valley, where he originally wanted it, is eerily appropriate. Working essentially from Leonardo da Vinci's fresco of the Last Supper within the desert environment, Sukowski succeeded in blending the two disparate elements into a unified whole. Maintaining the staging of the figures in Leonardo's work and placing it in the American Southwest allowed the artist to meld Western artistic tradition with the vast landscape of the New World. Albert Sukowski followed up the Last Supper with two other pieces at the site, Ghost Rider in 1984 and Desert Flower in 1989. Desert Flower was destroyed in a windstorm in 2007 but later restored. 1001 Cranes is an origami crane comprised entirely of sheet metal. Each fold represents the unity of 1,000 paper cranes, a cherished symbol of longevity and blessings in Japanese culture. Crafted with precision, the sculpture's dimensions mirror the collective size of its paper counterparts, embodying the mystical essence of the crane, revered for its purported 1,000-year lifespan. Raised in Hawaii, Sierra Pedro's fascination with Asian cultures infuses her work, while her current focus on digital media and photography underscores her dynamic artistic journey. Diptown by Russian artist duo Irina and Stanislav Smiki is a crowdfunded project that featured in 2022's Burning Man Festival in the Nevadan desert. They explain in the project's fundraiser that the ghost town is meant to evoke feelings of nostalgia for the place and time that has never existed in the real world. A promotional video made for the project's fundraising campaign explains a bit more the duo's vision for the project. A subtle artwork with a heavy connotation and rich history, Diptown is a subtle but powerful addition to the Goldwell Open Air Museum's collection. Art helps the re-experiencing of forgotten things, says Belgian artist Dr. Hugo Heinemann, creator of Lady Desert, Venus of Nevada. Using cinder blocks to represent the pixels he uses in his virtual 2D computer work, Dr. Hugo has created a sculpture which at once refers back to classic Greek sculpture, while maintaining a firm presence in the highly technological and pixelated world of the 21st century. Lady Desert, the Venus of Nevada, becomes an example of a modern sculpture that helps us re-experience and reinterpret a subject firmly rooted in the Western fine art tradition. The human figure, especially the female, is as fresh today in Dr. Hugo's sculpture with its computer-generated beginning as it was a millennia ago in Greece. I highly recommend researching his project, Models of Reality, for which the project was made. Portene is a steel sculpture by renowned artist Amanda P. Comprised of 9 10 by 10 foot steel frames arranged in a mesmerizing Jacob's ladder formation. Of the work, she says, Portone, meaning doorway in Italian, is a meditation on restoration and transformation and the hidden power that lies within us all. It is modeled after a beta sheet, a critical subsculpture that makes up the protein catalase. Catalase is a life-protecting enzyme found in nearly all living organisms, from bacteria to plants to human beings. It converts caustic hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen, substances that are not only benign, but also crucial for survival. We live in chaotic times, and Portene offers us a moment of refuge and renewal. Like Dante passing through the 9 circles of heaven, visitors may pass through its 9 frames with an eye towards the horizon. This piece invites visitors to transform the noise and pain inside us to a life-affirming strength, which we can then channel towards a more nurturing and unified world. The work is painted light blue and graces the southwest corner of our museum grounds. Crafted with meticulous attention to detail, Portene encourages introspection and renewal as visitors traverse through its frames, contemplating the horizon and embracing contemplation as an art in itself. Made possible with the collaborative efforts of Goldwell directors and friends, Portene exemplifies our commitment to showcasing innovative artwork that inspires and enlightens. Discover more about Amanda P's work and join us in exploring the transformative power of art at goldwellopenairmuseum.org. Among the artists that have contributed work to the museum, probably the one who felt most out of place in the desert was Belgian artist Fred Bourfois. His portrait sculpture of Shorty Harris, an early miner in Death Valley, and the penguin has elicited countless questions. The miner makes sense, but why the Antarctic bird? Word has it that Bourfois wanted to include in his sculpture an indication of how alien he felt in the Nevada desert. The penguin was the most out-of-place entity the artist could think of to represent his own feelings of displacement under the Mojave sun, a self-portrait then as a penguin in the desert.